In the quaint town of Katy, Texas, tragedy struck on January 11, 1999. A husband's frantic call to 911 echoes through the neighborhood as he discovers his pregnant wife, Belinda Temple, lifeless in their home.
My wife has been shot. Oh, geez. Got blood everywhere.
Okay, sir, is she breathing?
No, I think she's already dead. She's 8 months breastfed.
The shock reverberates through the tight-knit community, leaving everyone shaken and searching for answers. Belinda, a beloved high school teacher, was known for her kindness and dedication to her students. Her untimely death sends waves of grief through the school halls as students and colleagues mourn the loss of a compassionate soul.
She's a very nice person. It's kind of scary, you know, happening in your own neighborhood and right next door to me.
The idea of such violence unfolding in their peaceful neighborhood leaves residents on edge, grappling with fear and uncertainty. Meanwhile, Belinda's husband, David Temple, a revered high school football coach, finds himself thrust into the spotlight as the primary suspect in her murder. Despite his reputation as a local hero, whispers of suspicion begin to swirl as investigators uncover puzzling clues within the Temple household. But David's story begins long before tragedy strikes. A hometown hero, he earned accolades on the football field, carving out a legacy of success and adoration in Katy. His charm and athleticism captivated those around him, including Belinda, whose love story with David blossomed during their college years. Their relationship was the envy of many, a seemingly perfect match that promised a bright and happy future. Their idyllic life together seemed straight out of a storybook, a loving marriage, fulfilling careers, and a growing family.
How would you describe David Temple as a father?
Everyone that told me he was a committed father. And I think the best evidence of who David is Evan, as the young man that the jury met.
David's success on the field was matched by Belinda's accomplishments in her own career, and together they built a life that appeared flawless from the outside. Their home was filled with laughter, love, and the joyful chaos of raising children. However, beneath the facade of perfection lurked secrets and tensions that would ultimately unravel in the wake of Belinda's death. As investigators delve deeper into the case, they uncover layers of complexity within the Temple family dynamics. What seemed like a simple burglary gone awry begins to unravel into a tangled web of deceit and betrayal. The picture-perfect life that David and Belinda presented to the world was far more complicated than anyone could have imagined. Hidden beneath the surface were long-standing issues that had been festering for years, contributing to an atmosphere of tension and unease. Through interviews and evidence, the true nature of David and Belinda's relationship comes to light, painting a picture of a marriage plagued by hidden resentments and simmering tensions. Friends and family members recount incidents that hinted at underlying problems, from heated arguments to moments of cold indifference.
The first time I met David Temple was at a coach's and wives get-together. Very, very tough looking.
I think Coach Temple was a great coach. He was intense. He was the one you didn't want to piss off.
We called her our sunshine lady. She was just a bubbly young woman and loved teaching.
She was very caring and loving with Evan. After a full day of work, no matter how tired she would, every day they would be playing in the driveway, and it was pretty consistent.
Both David and Belinda doted on Evan, you know, kind of the light of their world.
The once perfect facade crumbles, revealing a darker truth lurking beneath the surface. The couple's outward smiles and public displays of affection masked a reality where unresolved conflicts and unspoken grievances festered. As the trial unfolds, the courtroom becomes a stage for the unraveling drama of the Temple family saga. Witnesses recount encounters and conversations, shedding light on the events leading up to Belinda's tragic demise. The prosecution paints David as a man consumed by jealousy and rage, driven to commit an unthinkable act in a moment of blind fury. They present evidence of his controlling behavior and volatile temper, constructing a narrative of a man pushed to the edge by his own insecurities. The defense, on the other hand, fights to preserve David's innocence, portraying him as a devoted husband and father caught in a tragic misunderstanding. Amidst the legal proceedings, Belinda's memory looms large, a reminder of the vibrant life cut short by senseless violence. Her presence is felt in every corner of the courtroom, a poignant symbol of what has been lost. Her friends and family speak of her with a mixture of sorrow and fondness, recalling her warmth, generosity, and the love she had for her children. Her legacy lives on through her children, who vow to seek justice and honor her memory in the face of unspeakable tragedy. They stand as a testament to her enduring spirit, determined to see that the truth is revealed and that their mother's life is remembered for the joy she brought to those who knew her.
She was very attentive and caring and compassionate, fun. She was an incredible mother.
She was an awesome parent. Evan was everything to her. She did everything for him. As we started to get to know each other, we found out that our kids went to the same daycare and that I just lived around the corner from her. So that, just kind of led into us being even closer friends.
The trial, with its twists and turns, captures the attention of the public, drawing widespread media coverage and intense scrutiny. Each day brings new revelations and emotional testimony, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. The community watches with bated breath as the drama unfolds, each piece of evidence adding to the complex mosaic of the case. In the end, the trial is not just about determining David's guilt or innocence. It is also about understanding the intricate dynamics of a family torn apart by tragedy. It is a stark reminder that appearances can be deceiving and that even the most seemingly perfect lives can hide dark and painful secrets. As the jury deliberates, the weight of their decision hangs heavy in the air, a final reckoning for the Temple family and a step towards closure for all those affected by Belinda's untimely death. In the heart of Katy, Texas, the Temple family lived a seemingly idyllic life. A devoted husband and wife, David and Belinda Temple, and their young son, Evan. Their son, Evan, was the center of their world, their pride and joy evident in every moment spent together. Despite their busy schedules, David and Belinda always made time for Evan, showering him with love and attention. They were the picture of a happy family, with their shared activities and family outings reinforcing their bond. David's dedication to coaching and Belinda's commitment to teaching were matched by their unwavering devotion to their son. The anticipation of welcoming a baby girl named Erin added to the family's excitement. Belinda's pregnancy filled their home with anticipation and joy as they eagerly awaited the newest addition to their family. They decorated a nursery, bought baby clothes, and spent countless evenings dreaming about the future with their daughter. Friends and family shared in their excitement, offering congratulations and support as they prepared for Erin's arrival.
You got a boy, a girl, 2 teachers. You can't describe a better all-American family.
I walk in the nursery and it's a beautiful bright yellow. Baby's girl's name was supposed to be Erin. Then I had asked her at that time when the baby was due again. She said in about a month.
But January 11th, 1999, marked a tragic turn of events. Amidst the hustle and bustle of their daily lives, Belinda received distressing news about Evan's illness from his daycare center. Frustrated by her inability to reach David for assistance, Belinda made the decision to pick up Evan herself, her concern growing with each passing moment. The usually cheerful atmosphere in their home was replaced by a sense of urgency and worry as she hurried to get to her son. The day started like any other, with David heading off to his responsibilities and Belinda preparing for her day at school. The couple exchanged their usual morning pleasantries, unaware of the impending tragedy. Belinda's concern for Evan's well-being dominated her thoughts as she rushed to the daycare, hoping to comfort her sick child and bring him home. As the day unfolded, the community would soon be shaken by the events that transpired. Neighbors and friends, accustomed to seeing the happy family, were left in disbelief and sorrow. The Temple family, once a symbol of happiness and togetherness, now found themselves at the center of a heartbreaking story that would unravel the hidden complexities of their seemingly perfect life. The frantic drive to the daycare marked the beginning of a series of events that would forever change the lives of those involved. Belinda's determination to care for her son in his time of need was met with unexpected and devastating consequences.
She loved Raggedy Ann and Andy, and so she got fabric, and I made the bumper pads, the sheets, some of the skirting, and all.
I walk in the nursery, and it's a beautiful bright yellow. Then I had asked her at that time when the baby was due again. She said in about a month.
The tragic turn of events on that fateful January day set off a chain reaction that revealed the underlying tensions and secrets within the Temple family, ultimately leading to a deeper investigation into their lives. The case drew the attention of the entire community, with people rallying around the family, offering support and seeking answers. The once serene and joyful home of the Temples became the focal point of a legal and emotional battle as investigators delved into the circumstances surrounding Belinda's tragic death. The investigation uncovered a complex web of relationships, hidden resentments, and a facade of perfection that masked deeper issues. Through interviews, evidence, and court proceedings, the true nature of the Temple family's dynamics came to light. The idyllic life they portrayed was far more complicated than anyone had imagined. The trial became a stage for the unfolding drama, revealing the intricacies of a marriage that was not as harmonious as it appeared. Friends, family, and neighbors watched in disbelief as the story of David and Belinda Temple unraveled, shedding light on the tragic reality behind their seemingly perfect life. Upon returning home, Belinda's exhaustion was palpable as she retreated upstairs to rest. Meanwhile, David took Evan out, hoping to lift his spirits with a trip to the park. It was upon their return that David made a chilling discovery. Their home had been breached, and Belinda lay lifeless in their bedroom closet. In a state of shock and devastation, David frantically dialed 911, his efforts to save Belinda and their unborn baby proving futile.
Does she have a pulse? No, Oh, Jesus Christ.
I responded along with another paramedic. There's certain calls you never forget. This is one of them.
Okay, I want you to do CPR for that baby.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
With the injuries that Belinda had, it was instant death.
Her blood flow would have ceased almost at the same time that the shot was fired, very shortly thereafter. Once her blood flow ceased, the baby would very soon be robbed of oxygen.
I can't, her head is gone. Jesus Christ. Oh.
Is there any way that you could do this?
There's just no way.
The paramedics arrived quickly, but it was too late. Belinda's injuries were too severe, her life tragically cut short. The scene was one of heartbreak and disbelief, the once happy home now shattered by unspeakable tragedy. As investigators combed through the evidence, questions loomed over what could have led to such a senseless act of violence. For the Temple family and the tight-knit community of Katy, the loss of Belinda was a devastating blow, a vibrant life taken far too soon, leaving behind a void that could never be filled. Friends and family gathered in mourning, sharing stories of Belinda's warmth and kindness. They clung to memories of her bright smile and caring nature, seeking solace in the legacy she left behind. The community, united in their grief, held vigils and memorials, honoring Belinda's memory and supporting the Temple family through their darkest days.
She walked in the room, she just filled the whole room with light and a spirit that was very inviting and welcoming. We spent a lot of time together because her husbands were gone and we had small children.
As they grappled with grief and sought answers, one thing remained clear. Belinda's memory would live on in the hearts of all who knew her, her spirit shining bright in the darkness of their loss. The investigation into her death became a focal point for the community, with everyone hoping for justice and clarity. David's presence with Evan at the times he claimed was corroborated by several sources. Neighbors confirmed seeing David and Evan together at their home, and security footage from a nearby store showed them buying snacks around the time David mentioned. Additionally, witnesses at Beacon Park confirmed seeing David and Evan there around the time he stated, further reinforcing his alibi. This initial confirmation seemed to support David's version of events, painting him as a grieving husband and father, shattered by the loss of his wife and unborn daughter. Yet, as the investigation unfolded, discrepancies continued to surface. Detectives noted inconsistencies in David's statements and behavior. He seemed oddly detached, his responses to questioning precise but lacking emotional depth. This stark contrast to the expected behavior of a grieving husband raised suspicions. Friends and acquaintances also noticed David's unusual calmness, which contrasted sharply with the turmoil around him.
See my brothers and my mom and dad. About to hug them on this side of the fence. It's been a long time coming.
Detectives questioned David's demeanor and behavior in the aftermath of the tragedy, noting his apparent lack of emotional response and the absence of any visible signs of distress or grief. Such observations raised red flags, prompting investigators to delve deeper into David's background and the dynamics of his marriage to Belinda. They interviewed colleagues, friends, and family, uncovering a more complex picture of the Temple marriage. Hidden resentments, arguments, and financial stressors began to emerge, challenging the image of a perfect couple. Further probing revealed that David had been in contact with another woman, a colleague from his school. This revelation cast a new light on the case, suggesting potential motives beyond a simple burglary gone wrong. The relationship between David and his colleague was more than professional, hinting at deeper emotional ties that may have played a role in the tragic events. As the trial unfolded, the courtroom became a stage for the unraveling drama of the Temple family saga.
How often did David Temple talk to you about going to the happy hours?
I would say often.
Where else would you go?
Bars, strip clubs.
Whose idea was it?
Usually David's.
Witnesses recounted encounters and conversations, shedding light on the events leading up to Belinda's tragic demise. The prosecution painted David as a man consumed by jealousy and rage, driven to violence by a combination of personal and professional pressures. They argued that David's calm demeanor was a calculated attempt to manipulate the narrative and deflect suspicion. The defense, however, portrayed David as a victim of circumstance, a loving husband wrongly accused in the face of an unimaginable loss. They highlighted his consistent alibi and the lack of direct evidence linking him to the crime. The defense team worked tirelessly to counter the prosecution's narrative, aiming to preserve David's innocence and secure his acquittal.
David asked me what my intentions were with Heather. I told him I didn't know. He said, "Are you willing to leave your wife for her?" And I said no. And so then I asked him, are you willing to leave yours for Heather? And he said, I don't know.
Amidst the legal proceedings, Belinda's memory loomed large, a reminder of the vibrant life cut short by senseless violence. Her legacy lived on through her children, who vowed to seek justice and honor her memory in the face of unspeakable tragedy. The community remained divided, torn between their desire for justice and their hope that David was not the monster the prosecution painted him to be. The circumstantial evidence against David began to accumulate, pointing towards a possible motive and opportunity. His history as a former football player endowed him with the physical strength and prowess to commit the crime, while his familiarity with firearms raised suspicions about his access to the murder weapon. Moreover, the staging of the burglary raised questions about his involvement, as did the lack of any signs of forced entry or struggle at the crime scene. The detectives revisited the evidence. They stumbled upon a crucial breakthrough that reignited hope for justice. New forensic technology enabled them to reanalyze DNA samples collected from the crime scene, yielding unexpected results. The analysis revealed the presence of David Temple's DNA on a pair of gloves found near Belinda's body, casting doubt on his innocence and implicating him in the murder. With the pieces of the puzzle finally falling into place, the detectives moved swiftly to apprehend David.
I was the first sheriff's department person to arrive. It was a death investigation. Well, at first glance, it looks just like a burglary. You see forced entry to the back door, and that's kind of what you think.
Once they get to the master bedroom closet, the scene is horrific.
Bringing him to justice for his heinous crimes. In a court of law, he stood trial for the murder of his wife, facing the consequences of his actions and the weight of the evidence stacked against him. But amidst the triumph of justice, a haunting question lingers. What could have driven a man to commit such a monstrous act? Perhaps the answer lies in the depths of human nature, where jealousy, greed, and betrayal collide, unleashing a tragedy of unimaginable proportions. David Temple's conviction marked the end of a long and tumultuous journey for Belinda's family, who had tirelessly fought for justice in her memory. Though the legal battle may have come to a close, the scars left by Belinda's senseless murder remain etched in the hearts of those who loved her. Belinda's legacy serves as a poignant reminder of the devastating impact of domestic violence and the profound consequences of betrayal and deceit. Her story resonates with countless individuals worldwide, shedding light on the pervasive issue of intimate partner violence and the urgent need for societal change. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section.